Congressional correspondent Nikole Killion joins us now from Capitol Hill. She's with Republican Congressman Garret Graves of Louisiana, who voted against ousting McCarthy. Nikole.
Thank you, and thank you, Congressman, for joining us. I first just want to get your reaction to President Biden. Obviously, he reiterated his desire to get funding passed for the government, which, as you know, you only have about 45 days to get that done. Given what's happening with this leadership shakeup, is it possible to get the government funded in the next month and a half?
Well, look, first of all, the president's right in that chaos isn't good for anyone. Let's be very clear on that. Secondly, by doing what Matt Gaetz did yesterday, you have created so much chaos and uncertainty in the House that our ability to get all these appropriations bills done within the roughly 45 days that we had left was going to be difficult to begin with. This is potentially a setback of weeks, and I hate to even say this, but potentially even longer.
I mean, do you think it's possible that the government could shut down next month?
I think that absolutely anything is possible at this point. That certainly is something that could happen. I want to be clear. I don't think shutdowns are good. I think we need to work to avoid it. But in this case, that is absolutely something that's possible, because without a Speaker of the House in place, the House is largely paralyzed at this point.
He also called for funding for Ukraine, which, of course, you know, the Biden administration has requested. But again, given this divide right now in your conference, is that even possible at this point?
Well, I think where the American public is at this point is people are really struggling with the concept that we're going to help protect the border of Ukraine and not protect the border of the United States. Folks see that disparity as being unreasonable. I agree. I think that we've got to address our American southern border crisis, and we certainly, I think, can step in and work with our European allies to provide stability and assistance to help thwart Putin's aggression. But you can't do that and leave your own southern border open.
I know that, I kind of want to take a step back here for people who are just wondering what's going on here on Capitol Hill. I mean, just very briefly, explain how we got here. And did you personally see this coming?
I unfortunately did see it coming very early in the year. In January, we were having the initial speaker discussion. What happened is that a very small group, in fact, eight House Republicans got together with 208 congressional Democrats. So I'm going to say that again. We have a Republican majority in the House, and usually the majority party is the one that makes decisions. In this case, just 8 of those majority members joined with 208 minority members and threw out the Speaker of the House, creating total chaos, doing it for fabricated conditions. And I'm going to pull up a prop here. I mean, this is what this is about. It's about raising campaign contributions, millions and millions of dollars. These texts were coming through during the attempt to vacate the Speaker's race, using government actions and trying to raise money off of it, which I think should be illegal. I think it's disgusting and some of the swampiest behavior you can have. And so it's just, we need to focus on path forward. I think one of the first things we need to do before electing a new Speaker is help to solidify the position. This is third in line to the President of the United States. It's unreasonable to have this type of chaos or vulnerability.
I know you don't approve of what Matt Gaetz did, but did you yourself draft a motion to vacate at one point?
I did. I did, and let me explain that. So Matt Gaetz was out there dangling or threatening this for weeks whenever we were trying to work on cutting government spending, trying to get appropriations bills moving forward, trying to get the border secure. Matt was dangling it and threatening. I said, look, if this is what you're going to do, let's get it over with. Let's go ahead and do this now.
But do you think the Speaker should have called his bluff? I mean, would he still be in this job if he didn't move forward with that vote yesterday?
Look, I'm not going to go back and second guess. I think Kevin McCarthy is one of the best strategists, has been one of the most successful speakers in advancing wins through the House of Representatives in modern times. I'm not going to second guess his decisions.
I know you worked very closely with him during the whole debt limit deal, and that was a concern that many Republicans had, that he gave away the farm.
No, hang on. But I want to push back on that. 2/3 of the Republicans voted for it. This was a situation where Matt Gaetz simply did not understand that legislation. It was the largest savings in American history. Could you come in and say, well, it was only $2.1 trillion and should have been 2.2? Sure. But you know what? You had Chuck Schumer up against, and you had the President of the United States, both Democrats. That was a huge win for the American public.
But as we watch this appropriations fight play out, which is currently stalled now because of this new speaker fight, did you all live up to your end of the bargain? Because the White House says you didn't.
White House, first of all, let's be clear. We negotiated changes in that same debt deal to the National Environmental Policy Act and others. The White House came straight out of the gates and violated the agreement. They violated the agreement and the work requirements for welfare programs as well. So let's be clear. They were the first ones to violate the agreement. Second of all, what the Speaker did is we came in and we provided appropriations bills that were below. Those were caps or limits. So going below is not a violation. And at the end of the day, that was just a House position. Ultimately, the Senate appropriated even higher numbers. So I think that most people would rationalize that what's going to happen is that you're actually going to come together somewhere in the middle, probably close to where those debt limit numbers were.
And then very briefly, before we let you go, we have learned that Majority Leader Steve Scalise is going to run for Speaker, as is Jim Jordan. Could you support either one of those individuals?
Look, there are a handful of people that are being discussed. There's some very qualified candidates. I think it's premature to get into that discussion. I think the first discussion that House members need to be having is helping to stabilize the position of Speaker of the House and not allow this gamesmanship or circus that we saw go down yesterday, where any one member of the House can come in and get together with AOC or whoever else and evict the Speaker of the House.
All right, Congressman Garret Graves of Louisiana, thank you so much for your time.